Welcome to the Crypto Navigator Show. I'm your host, Alan. Tonight we got on deck Marvin Davis. Marvin
What
Davis,
up?
welcome in. And we got DJ Jazzy Sean, XRP. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, guys?
So tonight, guys, there's a lot going on in the market right now. A lot of confusing on this stable coin, what it's going to do. Sean had brought up a little bit of what DAI was talking about, and we were just talking about that before we went live. And Sean, would you mind continue on what you were sharing with me?
Yeah. So, first of all, what's up? Welcome to the chat. What's up, Marvin? What's up, Alan? Thanks for hosting. So I was listening to DAI's, I guess, his channel, and then at the end of the channel that you see on YouTube, he does the private group thing and talks about a couple things that he won't share on YouTube because it gets censored. And a lot of it has to do with the political environment in the country. And then he also touches on some other things that are geopolitical stuff. And one of the things that wasn't geopolitical, but it was about the space, was that this guy named Ito Farino, who's well known on X and puts content out there, was saying that his understanding is that Bitcoin, BTC, is, according to his understanding, he called it the BTC, the beta test coin. And so with that said, is that once that was, and then he said that BTC was created, as far as he can tell, by the NSA, and that a couple other protocols were produced by the NSA as well. So with all that, to be on the lookout for if the powers that be want to try to rein it in, which I found kind of interesting.
I would agree with you there. I think we're at this capitulation moment where the banks have waited so long to actually get on board with this technology. They're going to lose a ton of money. I mean, the friction is really where they make the money at. Now that this friction is essentially gone for them, they're still going to make a lot of money. Let's face it, fractionalized lending is not going away. Nothing is essentially going to change for the banking system, how they do business, more or less. It's going to be more frictionless, more of a level playing field for the rest of the countries and businesses at large. The businesses can save a ton of money, free up liquidity that they never really had to play with before. So this could really be a catalyst for a lot of businesses that have been on a very small margins that had to put up capital to, let's say, do cross-border payments, to like China and whatever. That's a huge amount of money that they have to pay out in fees just to conduct business. Now that friction is freed up, they could pay a lot less money. I do believe this is another catalyst for innovation for small businesses as well, especially like businesses are doing things across borders. So seeing a lot of things happening in the last couple weeks. I love this shirt, bro. I love it. I was gonna wear mine tonight too. That's funny, Marvin. Seeing a lot of things happen in the last few months that literally in the last 4 years I've been praying to happen. This 40-year contract with the Saudi Arabian Emirates being broken is just, I think we've all been waiting for it, but most of us haven't been paying attention to it. Most of us didn't even really know that was going to happen probably up until this month. And now that this is really here, think about how many trillions of dollars that are actually being traded in other currencies other than the United States dollar. What's up, GDLPFD in the chat?
Hey, Alan, real quick, there was a guy, I'm drawing a blank on his name for the moment. He used to work for the CIA. He did economic wargaming for crypto and what China might do versus Russia.
Jim Rickers?
Yes, Jim Rickers, thank you. Jim Rickers, there was also a clip played of Jim Rickers talking about, most of the central banks don't want to go back to the gold standard, but they might be forced to in order to have the backing, the accreditation, and to get the liquidity basically from the people. to get people to trust the system. And he spoke about
Hey, real
that
quick, guys, I'm sharing the link in the chat. If anybody wants to join the stream, I can go 10 wide. Anybody wants to join, just make sure you got headphones on. Let me see you in the chat. Just wave your hand. You must have your microphone engaged when you first join. Okay, but you don't have to show your face. Just make sure your microphone's joined. Okay, go ahead, Sean. Sorry about that.
And he spoke about that in terms of the BRICS currency. And then today's news I saw, it was either today or last night, that BRICS is starting to, supposedly Vladimir Putin said, or is exploring the use of XRP as the bridge currency that's going to be used by the BRICS payment system, which is huge news if it's true.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So we got some, I'm sure most of you have already heard, we have some recent visitors off the shores of my coast, pretty much.
Yes. Yep.
Very interesting times. I'm going to just shout out to Rain real quick. Rain in the chat there, buddy. I see you. I see most of you. Let me shout out the chat real quick because I've been slacking the chat here. Sam, thanks for showing up first, buddy. Usually it's Silver Days right on time. Thanks, Silver Days, for showing up. Team Green in the house. I really want to have a Florida meetup, guys. I really want to plan this. Got a few people involved, other YouTubers, and I'll be getting back to you on that. Rye Guy, Crypto Trooper, what's up, buddy? Soul Flow, good to see you, man.
Soul Flow and a half.
Kiri, I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. What's up? Good to see you for the first time. Lower Level in the house. Hi, Liz.
What's up, Lo? What's up, Lo?
Nina Blossom. I think I've seen you before. Thank you for coming back in. Marvin Davis is here with us. Welcome again, Marvin Davis.
That might be my son in the chat.
Oh, might be your son in the chat? Okay.
That might be my son in the chat.
Welcome in, Junior. Drag Dubs. Great to see you, buddy. Bobby Townsend. Good to see you, man. Alex Wright. Great to see you, man. Bullish Choices. I love that name, man. That's awesome. GDLT showing up. Welcome, GDLT.
What up, G?
What up, G?
What up, y'all? Yo, Navigator, the music is a tad loud, my dude.
Ooh, thank you for giving me the heads up there, buddy. Appreciate that. Let me get that house music turned down. How about right there? Good?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
All right, back at it. Let me just get two more shouted out here. We got Robert in the house. We got Crypto Tropics. Alchemist. I was hoping you're going to show up, buddy. I really appreciate you being here as well. Bullish Choices. Love that name again. And I saw one more in the house that I didn't recognize. Oh, the low money maker. Okay. Welcome in. G, talk to me, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say there, buddy?
Nothing. It's just another wonderful day and wonderful opportunity to accumulate cheap, digital assets and get more from the machines. We had Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz sharing the stage today, talking the benefits of the stable coin to the XRP ledger, calling the RLUSD the real USD. Very interesting how this is all shaping up, and I am so here for it. I am very excited about how all these chips and domino pieces are falling. And it's been a tremendous chess match, but I think we know how they're going to be getting checkmate. It's getting clearer to us how it might happen. The rooks, the bishops are being set in place where they're these banks are going to have no other choice but to switch over to the XRPL and Ripple. It's amazing, man.
Amen. Gerald in the house. What's up, Gerald? Ralph Cooper in the house. What's up, Ralph Cooper?
Ralph?
Hey, Bobby T. Guys, my Twitter got destroyed. I don't know. I came in. Literally, it's the weirdest thing. I have 3 emails that I always use. Somehow, some way, somebody changed my email, got in my account. 23, what's up? I'll see you in the chat. I can't even get in my Twitter, so I can't even get in the Blue Crew chat. So thank you, Sean, for sending the Blue Crew chat out, the link. Chris has issues. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in the chat, man. Frankie Legend in the house. Oh, everybody's showing up here.
Frankie Legend, what up, bro?
Maybe we'll get CKJ listening tonight. I did send him the link. He said he's going to show up one night, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get CKJ on the night. I just love the collaboration of this community, the XRP community, the utility-based crypto community. It is just a powerful community. I just think we're going to do amazing things, and it excites me the most to be able to be a part of this community and pour whatever knowledge and abilities that I can into educating people and keeping them going in this and building faith, because we're all building faith beyond measure here, literally. This will be a prime example for any of your family and friends in the future that are struggling. You will be a great example. Be prepared for that. I hate to tell you, unfortunately, it's going to probably happen in your life.
Of it.
So
it's the biggest part of it.
That's the biggest part of the biggest blessing. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
While we're saying that, and while you're shouting at the chat, Alan, Marvin, I wanted to take a moment to shout out Uncle Buster and Berserker, because they did Boardroom last night, and I believe it was Crypto OG. He put in the chat, he was like, "This feels like Crypto Night Live." And since it went for 3 hours last night, it literally felt like Crypto Night Live that Berserker started back in the day. So shout out to those guys, because like you said, it's all a community. We're here to help each other. Nerdy shares knowledge, and he gives that knowledge away for free, and to help everybody navigate, as in the name Crypto Navigator, navigate the space, and so we can get to higher vibrations, and with helping each other to achieve our goals, whatever they are.
And GDLT right here dropping some bombs. G has, for those that are new to the chat, so we are a mainly utility-based crypto YouTube channel. I devised this to be a big collaboration of mainly utility-based crypto YouTubers that come on one channel, and a lot of moderators from other YouTube channels to come on one space on a midweek, a hump day, let's say, and share knowledge with the community and collaborate. There's no sense in being maxis of anything. This is going to be a multi-chain world, and I want everybody to collaborate. And I believe we're going to have a great collaboration. When this thing ends and we have real utility, we're going to be down to probably less than 100 cryptos anyway. So the more we collaborate together, the better we are going to be as a community at large. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what I do. And most of the links for all the people that have a YouTube channel will be in my description. Unfortunately, I didn't get to put it in before I started this live stream, but it will be. GDLT, back to the conversation, is a wonderful YouTuber that comes on and shares a lot of his knowledge. Guys, please go and like and subscribe to his channel. You will get a lot of knowledge. G's been in the community for at least, I think, 7 years. So one of the longest, one of the longest OGs right here. He's an OG, so you will definitely learn something from him. Okay, so G, that being said, you got any what would be your top 3 deepest reds if you were to throw 100 on right now? Not financial advice, because we love the deep reds. For those that don't know the deep reds, he'll be sharing some drops with you.
Okay, so
would you say you're most bullish on right now?
Okay, outside of the very well-known cryptos like the XRPs, the XLMs, which I do think are really tremendous opportunities. Casper's have been an amazing deep red at 2 cents. So I think that would be my first choice. Perhaps DAG Constellation at around 4 cents. But if we want to go really deep, go into the deep reds. A0, they joined the Digital Euro Association while we've been getting bearishness for them. And they're at 61 cents with a pretty low supply. XX Network, a privacy-focused crypto that has collaborations with WorldCoin and Ripple, or invested in by Chris Larson of Ripple, invested in by Sam Altman of freaking WorldCoin. So, and David Chom's the founder of it, who created eCash. I'm like an XX Network at where its prices and the supply it's kind of a new crypto, so it's a little dangerous, but I'm liking where the prices are at for that. And so, yeah, those are some of the deep reds right there. Casper, DAG, XX Network, Aqua token for the XLM ecosystem is amazing at triple zeros. There's some good 000 opportunities out there still.
Shout out to Chris Has Issues for the coffees, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
A lot. StreamYard does cost money, so thank you so much. And I really appreciate anybody wants to donate to this. This is just to keep this thing going. There's a coffee link up there. You don't have to donate, but if you feel compelled, I won't stop you. That being said, shout out to the chat, guys. Man, I love the comments. Always, I don't have time to post them all, but this community shares some major knowledge, and don't think I don't pay attention to your chat. I may miss it from time to time, but it does get hectic with all the people jumping on.
Yeah, so, they'll say some stuff in the chat that they're hoping you'll overlook, but we see it all.
Right. We get some trolls in the chat from time to time.
Yeah,
that means that you're doing something right. That's what that means.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, there's good opportunities out there, you guys. Like, I mean, whichever crypto it is, there's just right now it's a bearish, boring time in crypto, and we know how fast the enthusiasm gets picked up and the excitement and just people streaming a bunch and stuff like that. So I think we're in a good time right now of accumulation.
23 and Sophie, I see in the chat. Welcome in. And Gerald, I think I said shout out to you as well. Yeah, guys, I think. Go ahead.
What's up, man? What's up?
What'd you ever think about that XDX on the XRPL network?
Dude, I did. XDX is right across the board right now. I mean, you found it when it was like deeper red, bro. But like, it's a little bit down on the year, but it's been red across the board. I dig XRPL dude. It has some substance to it for an XRPL token, so that's a good thing. XRPL tokens can make money, man. Like, I've seen some low caps on there, like shooting up 200%, 100% in the past 24 hours. So yeah, I mean, and XRPL hasn't even really gotten started. So DXDX looks pretty interesting, man.
Well, we're gonna keep that quiet. Shh.
Yeah, exactly. Own a majority of the blockchain first, and then like let everybody know about it. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you this. So I mean, we got like Hedera, getting the real major partnership with the XRP,
Right. Yeah. Big.
That being said, the smart contracts for like Songbird, now that is like a real solidified, partnership, how is Songbird gonna provide a different solution now that HBAR's officially announced that they're going to partner with Ripple?
Right.
How would you? So I'm being the devil's advocate here, guys. I'm not a hater on anything. I would like to own some Songbird, and I've been thinking about getting some, but now that Hedera, which I've owned for 4 years, I own 0 Songbird. Is it still advantageous for me to own Songbird?
Still cheap.
I mean, dude, I think if it goes sub a penny, I'll be scooping up some Songbird. I like it at a penny. I mean, I think I like the uncertainty of what's going on. It took me a while to come around to it with FLR and Flare, but I'm just going to lean towards like maybe there's a lot of things under wraps or something. So I like the uncertainty of FLR and SGB, but like we don't know what it's going to do. And this bull cycle can maybe take it to $1 plus, for FLR.
So my thought on this too is, did I cut somebody off? I'm gonna just add something to this. So something else to throw in the mix here. So Hedera adds, a significant layer to this as well. It's able to be more interoperable with other chains. It does have like a patch type of network. So it does provide really an alternative to other chains that nothing else really can actually add as far as value.
Exactly.
This is my real standout point. It's why it's part of my 4 horsemen. I've always known
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Okay. What I was going to ask is to G is Songbird Flare. I get what the startup was supposed to be about. I get all the drama, but what is the utility for Songbird and Flare, G?
I mean, hey, you asked me what the utility of 99% of these other cryptos are, man. Like, they're saying they're working with data, RW, they're saying the same BS that all these cryptos are saying. Like, whatever hot button topic is, like, oh, we deal in AI, we deal in data, we deal in RWA, we deal with NFTs. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
so in terms of the utility, like, to me, it just reminds me of another Polkadot. Right. And I think
Right.
that's what it's like, smart contract functionality. What Flare is trying to say is that they can do it with like the XRPL type of characteristics because they're a federal Byzantine agreement. So they're like smart
Okay.
contracts with federal Byzantine agreement consensus that should allow for like, things with smart contracts that we haven't been able to see before. Right. So,
Okay.
but it's still in like they just released beta for like a first stage of their F assets. Like they've been talking about this stuff for years. So I'm just hoping we can finally see some rollout. And it's looking like it's going to be like another 2 to 3 years until we see FLR really like become maybe having like a Solana type of breakout or something.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I get it. I've always had that question about Flare and Songbird. I understood it being a test net and, maybe possibly a smart contract type of bridge for XRP Ledger. But because the rollout's been so tainted with random stuff,
right, exactly.
Question.
Yeah, and that's what makes it a very divisive crypto and kind of uncertain. But I'm starting to lean towards the uncertainty and being like, you know what? Like we could be accumulating a little by little of this stuff, staking it, and if this thing starts going to 25 cents, oh man, Blue Crew, like we found our next passive income generator for the next
Right.
bear cycle. Like. So I'm getting more optimistic on it. I still rather hold XRP if I had to choose, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
I do like HBAR more than FLR, right? But hey, XRP is working with the Axelar, and Hedera announced Axelar as an integration as well. So, that I'd rather be an Axelar perhaps than Flare, but. Once again, maybe we get all these announcements with Flare when they actually have their technology like fully rolled out.
Okay.
Good comment, Drag Dubs. Flare's a data oracle. Chainlink is how you link Web2 to blockchain. Flare is how you link XRP to ISO 2002 too. But
right.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't do smart contracts without Flare, according to what I understand. That being said, though, but you technically could because you could use HBAR. So initially, they don't need either or if they used another chain like HBAR. But I don't think they will. I think they'll use all. I think about 12 of these cryptos are all initially have been partnered in the background and ready, set, and ready to go.
There's a reason we haven't heard major collaborations happening between the macro cap cryptos. We hear about these collaborations happening amongst like the small cap cryptos and stuff, but you never hear them amongst like XLM and XRP are collaborating on this and that,
Right.
And they probably have something like that.
Yeah, it's all called the ISO compliant tokens, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, those tokens.
Look at what we have with
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I think between the all the Basel agreements, 1, 2, and 3, and then now that we have European agreements, all their regulations, I think obviously most of these had to have been looked at. What is a stable coin? What is not an approved stable coin at this point? We know it's USDC Circle and the new RLUS True D. I love
the real
it.
USD.
Wow, you said that. And I don't know of any other ones. I know that unfortunately USDT is on the chopping block and it has days left. So that being said, they still could pull a rabbit out of the hat and somehow get compliant, or grease the wheel somehow, or
It's crypto.
pay to play, and somehow USDT is somehow in the mix again.
Yeah.
They were even talking
That's
about
the next
resurrecting
strategy.
FTX at one point in time. I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Expect a curveball. I can just say it like that, because usually when the masses expect something, a curveball comes around. So expect a curveball. It's probably going to
I
happen.
mean, I think Ripple is bracing for something to happen to USDT. I think PayPal is bracing for something to happen to USDT because they built their PayPal USD on a Solana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're having, so there's going to be definitely, like, just how we had some cryptos that, like the Celsius and Lunas and others that, that kind of scam the market, I guess, or whatever. You're going to have that with some of these stable coins that are going to get heavy regulations on them. And I think USDT is going to be one of the ones that gets the hammer on them, man. We've seen the FTXs collapse. We've seen the Binances get, stuff against them. We've seen all these other things collapse that are related with crypto, but not with stable coins yet. And maybe we see USDT be the first to collapse there.
Hey, that's a good point there, Moneymaker, because they were talking about that. However, so here's a philosophy that I put out to another Adam. I hope he shows up tonight. But I threw it out to him and a few other people. So we have the USDT, right? And then we have all the pairs. So it's not just USD, it's the USD pairs that it's going to take down
totally Bitcoin
as well. So, I mean, yeah, but let's face it, the European Union covers a lot of money. So, I mean, if they are shut down just in the European Union, I don't, realistically, someone that was a bean counter would be able to tell you, but I mean, that's a lot of liquidity coming out of Tether that's going elsewhere.
Right. Yeah.
Not only that, other chains. Now, I know that Ripple doesn't have a lot of pairs. So if the rest of the market came down with it, I think XRP and XLM, the ones that have less pairs with USDT, are going to be some of the surviving ones that are talked about in the end that are going to survive.
Exactly.
So we all know the regulation's coming. We all know that the great consolidation's coming. We've all felt it. We've all been hearing about it for years.
The great
We're
reckoning.
not there yet. We're not there yet. We still we haven't had all the liquidity pulled out of the market yet. We haven't even really got in the bear market yet. So we're just getting started. But the picture's been painted. Go ahead.
Won't that be up to the exchanges? No, this is Sean. I was going to say, wouldn't that be up to the exchanges? Because if there's a market that needs to be made and Tether's going down, then all the Ripple or XRP pairs will ramp up, because that's what BitTrue did. Back in the early days. That's what Uphold did before Binance was willing to do it, and obviously before Coinbase. And so, since XRP is a more reliable token to be paired with, I think that would almost be a seamless transition between all the major exchanges, whether it be Bitstamp, Uphold, BitTrue, Binance, Coinbase, whatever. Because if you've got the pairs there, then the exchanges can collect the fees, and the exchanges just want the fees.
Yeah, they already said that Binance already said that in Europe they would literally shut down accounts if they needed to. So that was already announced today. I heard that. And
okay.
I mean, let's just face it. Anybody that has an account in Europe with these new regulations is screwed. But that being said, there's still time. They can literally have some rabbit out of the hat, and stranger things have happened. But I mean, we're gonna see. I hope it doesn't. I hope we pull what's $111 billion was the market cap of USDT today when I was looking. So imagine $113 billion. Let's say 50% of that coming in the new stable coin.
Yep.
I think that would certainly affect the price of XRP. Let's
Right.
face it, it's going to. They've designed XRP to be the gas token for whatever. Doesn't matter. This stable coin is going to move on XRP, so
And
it's
it's
going to be
cheap gas too. It's super cheap gas. It's not
the
Ethereum
demand.
gas.
The demand for the super cheap gas is the real answer.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody wants cheap, scalable gas, and that's where the market is going to be bought up, because they want this asset cheap, be able to move it without any friction, be interoperable. See, the thing that XRP really provides, for those that don't know that are in the chat maybe, is that interoperability where other chains cannot. Sure, they have a fast transaction speed, or they can scale per, possibly scale more with more development on chain. But the interoperability that XRP provides, there isn't anything that can even come close to it. So,
Right.
Right. And that was another thing that DAI said in the private group, is that he asked Greg Kidd, who was like the number 10 employee at Ripple in the beginning. He said, what do you think the Ripple stablecoin would do for XRP as Tether has done for Bitcoin? And I think the response was, what up, Tails? I think the response was,
Yo, what up?
oh, he's on. Oh shit, I'm not looking at my screen. What up, Tails?
Let's
Yo,
go.
how y'all feeling, man?
Chilling,
Doing
man.
good,
Cooling.
bro. Glad
Yeah,
to see
man,
you
I had to
back
join
on the
in, man. I just got off work and shit. I'm driving, but just have to hop on, see what's up with y'all. What's up?
set.
Tails, I'm gonna light one up for you, dude.
Hell yeah.
Keep blowing that gas.
As soon as I get to the house, bro.
Yeah, man.
hey man,
All right.
Tails, we ain't working too much longer, buddy. I think we're getting close to that time. We got maybe 6 months left. We got a new presidency coming in here.
New stable coin.
Anything can happen in that time. I don't really think. I mean, Brad even said what he said, September, that we should see some type of settlement or some
Yes,
type
Just
of
in time
decision.
with the Riddlers,
He didn't
baby.
even say anything
No,
about
we're
something.
definitely
Take that
gonna be
word out of my
working,
mouth
though.
for a minute.
We're gonna be working on distributing our wealth and keeping that shit going.
For shit show.
It's a different kind of job. But it's
Oh.
not really work if it's something that you like doing.
Right,
Man,
exactly.
That part.
Hey, Alan, to finish what I was saying is that before Tails jumped on, is that DAI asked Greg Kidd, number 10 employee at Ripple, what do you think is going to happen with the RLUSD? How's it going to affect XRP the way that Tether affected Bitcoin? And the answer was, I think it should have been done 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So let that sink in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the great thing that I've really been focusing on right now is the future for us. The future for us is extremely bright, but here's wonderful things about what's been happening with the stablecoin, the regulations coming into place, the judge's decision. Man, we literally can have the stablecoin roll out profits from every other crypto, put it in this new Ripple stablecoin, and literally stake it and make an excellent return, and still be on the XRP ledger and still keep everything safe and secure. I'm so excited about it. We could stake it. We can have Medico. We can have standard custody once we get to that institutional level. If some of us are accredited investors, the future is so bright. I mean, Uphold partnered with, Ripple, the cash out instantaneous. We didn't have that last year. I mean, there's just a lot more opportunity now. This bull run than last bull run, like immensely. So I am really, really excited about it. And having this opportunity to cash out something I know is going to be sticking around into a stable coin that I can even have 100% faith in is just really solidified everything for me. So I'm like more bullish than ever now that that's happened. So what do you think about that, Tails? How you been, man? I haven't heard from you in a little while. I know you've been working your butt off.
Yeah, man. Shit, I was on vacation so I had to start working extra hard just to make up that week I was off. But shit, man, I think Fit 21 is gonna be big. I think the stablecoin on XRPL is a big deal. I like the transparency that they're having of what it's gonna be backed by and all that. So I think it's just a matter of time. I don't think anybody expected anything to happen under Biden because he's not really crypto friendly. So I think it's just a matter of time before shit starts changing up. But I like that at least there's bipartisan support for Fit 21, and hopefully they get it together on that. But I think we're good.
Okay, I hear you. Hey, Tails, after this, if I get a minute, you got time for a 5-minute call after the show?
Yeah, just hit me, bro.
All right, cool.
Hey, somebody asked me what the green folder was.
Green folder.
Until said we still working. That's the management right there. That's my management.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, all your coins. Oh my God.
Money folder.
Yeah, that's the LLC.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so we working
There we
for
go.
real.
Yeah, Marvin's been stacking for a while. How long you been in, Marvin? How many since 2017?
2021, January 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
That's about when I got in, man. Yeah. Yep.
So,
I got in
matter
like
of
2020.
fact, January. Okay. So matter of
But
fact, it was January the 14th.
I bought my first XRP in is it January 28th, I think. So
Damn.
right after the freaking snapshot. I had no idea. Nobody told me anything about it. I waited because I was trying to fund my Uphold account and get KYC and all that. I just drug my feet throughout the whole holidays. Didn't even know anything about no airdrop, no snapshot, nothing. Nobody told me anything. I didn't have any fam members in the crypto.
And they still don't tell you anything.
Yeah. Half my family.
Well, they call me crazy now, so I know,
Oh, exactly. No, I got in.
It is what it is.
I got in September of 2018. So I made the snapshot on a couple exchanges. I wasn't able to link my ledger where I had a big, bag to get those airdrops. But I was like, you know what? Whatever I get, I get. I'm working to earn what I need to get what I want. So whatever. But yeah, so I've been in the game for like 6 years, 6+ years.
Mm-hmm. And G's
Tails.
been in for a while. Tails, how long you been in?
Shit, I've been in crypto since 2018. I don't remember what month it was, but I remember I first got in on Robinhood. My first crypto
Me
was
too.
Dogecoin. I
Mine
had a
too.
gang of that shit too, man. I sold it too soon because that shit I would have made a gang of money. But
It was a joke. It
over
was a
time,
joke.
you start doing research and stuff, and you start seeing points of utility and actual, a smart investment. Start taking it out of these memes, and then these shit blow up out of nowhere. So, I mean, that's the risk you play. That's the market. We're still in the wild, wild west with it. You can just tell every day with all these memes blowing up, but it's all about Bitcoin anyway. So whatever that shit does, we're gonna follow it. But I just want to get to the point where utility is used and we can really see where this market's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick. I got a few more spots open up. Anybody wants to jump in the live stream and share some knowledge with the community? Welcome in. Make sure you have your microphone engaged and I can see in the background and I'll enter you in. And
Who's in the chat right now?
man, we got a lot of people in the chat right now.
Everybody.
We got about
Lower level,
50
Alchemist,
Yeah, man.
Silver
Shout out to
Days.
the chat, everybody who said what's up, man. I can't reply because I'm driving, but shout out to everybody.
My
I miss all
guy.
y'all.
Chris has issues. Rain, Alex, we got Liz
Dude,
in the
shout out
house.
to those guys, man.
Columbine in the house. We got Drag Dubs. We got Silver Days. We got Gerald. We got Ralph Cooper in the house. Lower Level. We got Gone Blind. I shouted you out. Let's see who else. Silver Days in the house. We got Frankie Legend. More
Nice.
monkey.
What up,
business.
Frankie?
What's up, more monkey business. I don't even think I shouted you out, buddy. Sorry. We got Sam in the house. We got Bullish Choices. I love that name. We
Such a
got.
good name.
Let's see. Yeah, man, love it.
Hey,
I,
tell Frankie Legend to jump on. Come on, Frankie.
yeah, what's up, Frankie? Come on, jump on, buddy.
Now, I want Liz to
Tails.
hop on, man. She's always in the chat, man. I want
We got
to
21 and Sophie. What's up, Sophie? And
Yeah, what's
Gerald.
up, Sophie? Old school.
Oh, the Lolo Moneymaker. New to the stream. Appreciate you coming in as well. And anybody else I missed, shout out to you.
Dude, shout out
guys,
to everybody.
we're gonna go about an hour, guys. For those that are new, I usually go about
okay.
an hour, sometimes two. Wife's got to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I got to do a little early tonight. We're gonna be gone only an hour, but yeah, man, guys, I appreciate everybody showing up and sharing the truth bombs tonight and the knowledge. There's a lot going on with the DeFi, though. I'm really missing the DeFi game, guys. I've been really slacking on that. I know CypherX, I was hoping he had a few minutes to jump on because he's been really, really laying down the DeFi game. Him with Mr. Man and what's the other guy's name? The spider looking. I think Mr. Man's a spider looking dude. Anyway.
Hey, yo, I got a question, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Tails, you rug, buddy.
You got rugged. You got rugged.
They're gonna try to control it.
Try again.
Nope.
Can you hear me?
Try again. Yeah.
Yeah, I got bad service right now. I was saying,
okay.
what do you guys think about DeFi? You think about the government? You think the government is going to allow it to flourish, or you think they're going to try to control it because they want a centralized system?
Control.
Yeah.
I think the way that you can knock out a lot of these DeFi ecosystems. Oh, I was going to say, I think the way you can knock out a lot of these DeFi ecosystems is by taking down stablecoins. You know, if you get stablecoin regulation coming in, you take down USDT, for example, that's already a lot of DeFi platforms that rely on that stablecoin are fucked. You know, excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so I do believe DeFi is the future, but it's going to probably be in a different form than we're thinking. And it probably won't be as crazy as it is right now, dude. Like, being in a space where, like, only trillions of dollars are in the market cap, like, I don't know. It's very volatile. I don't think we'll see these types of percentage APYs in the future.
I think they building it up, man, to let it pop, man, so they can get what they need out of it. You know what I mean? Like they gonna let you make it, so they can come take it. Look at all the athletes or whoever you may look at. They let them make it, and then 5 or 10 years later, they come back and hit their ass with a lawsuit and take it all. You know what I mean? So
Yep. I think
so.
control.
I believe honestly, it's just like kind of like what they did with XRP when they first started to use it as a test net. They used MoneyGram as the connection between the world. They did flawless transactions for 13 years on the ledger, never failed transaction. Like, that's the perfect setup for a perfect system that could be interoperable throughout the world. That was the best test net that they could do. I think they're doing the same thing with DeFi. It's like a little test net, and eventually, more than likely, those that have the most money will be back more or less in control of it. And it's going to be a more level playing field because the rest of the world does not want a monopoly. And we're watching that implode around us. We're watching a level playing field open up with countries all over the world. And they can't stop it. So they can't stop DeFi, but they can control it essentially. And eventually the control will come into full control and regulations. So I believe, in my opinion, that's what we're witnessing right now. So what's up, Nerdy? Welcome in.
What up, Nerdy?
BTC is the new banker's coin.
Yo.
Yo.
What's going on?
What up?
What's up, Marv? How you doing, bro?
Chilling.
What up, Nerdy?
What's up, guys? I'm
Later,
just
Peace out. Chris has issues, man. Appreciate you.
yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm about to go get the tacos.
Dude, you
Yeah,
can be
Chris.
getting XRP, man. You could be getting some
Yeah,
XRP tacos.
To make
Yeah,
some
Chris.
tacos,
Happy
let's
Father's
go.
Day.
You could get
Father's
2
Day?
million drops.
Who's the father?
Yeah, Father's. Yeah, not you, fool. Chris said, "Happy Father's Day to everybody. I gotta go." So happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day,
Oh.
man.
Oh, back to you, man.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Happy baby mama problems to you guys all.
Oh, shit. I ain't got them no more, man. All mine grown.
Jax has got a good question for the community. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Nerdy, I would
Good.
like you to answer that if you want. So I don't have a Caleb and Brown account. Personally, for me, I will be setting that up here real soon for an off ramp, and I'm
I do.
suggesting it as a major liquidity off ramp if you're cashing out a lot of money. I don't plan on cashing out more than 100,000 probably this bull run if I can get to that level. That's kind of like my target. I really don't plan on selling a lot of my assets. So
Yeah,
that being
I-
said, I personally
wanna
don't
lease
think
mine.
if you're cashing out that amount that you need more like a cussy like you're referring to off ramp. But if you're cashing out anything above that, I would definitely suggest you get your Caleb and Brown account now. I'm not recommending a Caleb and Brown account. I'm just saying it's a suggestion of type of off ramp that I would use, something like that. I wouldn't suggest, depending on your Coinbase and your upholds and your, one or two, have like 5 off ramps. That's
Well,
my
also look
minimum.
at
5 off ramps. 5.
But also you guys look at I don't know if you guys are familiar. I think you guys are familiar with Jake Claver
Mm-hmm.
and the Beyond Broke Mastermind.
Yep.
So some of you guys may be also familiar with Mickle from Mickle Markets.
Yeah.
Mickle, yeah.
Well, Mickle has his Series 65. So Mickle just quit his day job that he was doing last
Really?
month and started working for Jake Claver at Jake Claver's firm. So they do everything that Jake Claver does is crypto specific related, and he's an XRP maxi. All he owns is XRP. All Jake owns is XRP. So what Jake's company does is everything related to crypto, lawyers, insurance. I got my LLC through him, trust.
Oh, you did?
They do C corps, S corps, taxes. They're getting ready to start the money, the wealth side of it. I think Mickle is going to be in the wealth side of the business. So man, you guys may want to tap me in with either Jake Claver or Mickle from Mickle Markets. Man, Mickle goes live every day. Jake is going live. Matter of fact, in about 6 minutes, Jake Claver will be live. Yeah, he'll be live, and you can jump on and ask him whatever questions you need to ask him about what you need to do or what you should do. And they already had the plan in motion, man. Where so I think it's $12 million and something dollars. If you make $12 million in this next run or less, then you can file it. You can put it into the LLC now, and it's non-taxable. So it's like 25 to 26 million if you're married. But everything after that, after 12.5 million, I believe, is taxed at 45%. So if you don't get it into these entities before a liquidity event happens, then you're looking at giving up, $4 million out of $10 million if that's what you make, just to house it somewhere. So just food for thought, not financial advice.
Right on. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about cashing out a decent amount of profit. I really, really honestly don't want to cash out too much too early. I think a lot of us believe in different waves, some 1, 2, 3 waves. Some believe it's just going to go up and never stop. Me personally, I believe we're going to have a good enough cash out liquidity moment from the utility-based cryptos, and we're going to have a major dump like we always do. I don't think real utility is going to come in for a few more years, and I think most of us here are pretty much in agreement with that. Mr. Aquaman, that's it. Thanks, Albert. I was trying to think of the name. But yeah, Jake, I've heard a few of his videos, and I'm real familiar with the LLC and the trust. We'll have to talk a little bit more about that, Marvin. I would like
For
to
sure.
see what you
Man.
did, because I'm really confused whether I want an irrevocable trust or I want some other type of trust that's better. I've heard a couple different ways to go.
Hey, well, listen, man. All those questions that you have can be answered with those two people that I just told you about. Everything, anything you have, anything that you have a question about for this new liquidity that's getting ready to come in, your wealth management, your plan, and then the other thing that they have. I don't know if you guys have heard of Good Morning Crypto, but they have an app called Merlin. So it sets you up. So if you want to step out, or DCA out, it sends you alerts for when you can when you hit your targets. So it's different ways, man. But the time to set that up is not when it's happening; it's now. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. I wish it would sell it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that Merlin app would just
set
it up and it would sell it for you, I'd be sold, man. I'd be sold. I would sign up for Merlin right now, pay the money every month. That's the only thing that's really stopped me. I mean, alerts are great, but for me, I ignore them sometimes. So I'm scared.
I do too. So and for the record, I don't have Merlin.
Oh, you
just another option. Okay. Just another option.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It is a good option. I do like the 3T Warrior Crew too. I've been listening to them guys for years.
Yeah, they dope. And, they dope.
Shout out to them if they're listening by any chance. And so, guys, we got about 10 minutes ago. Nerdy popped out. Oh, too bad. Was hoping to get him to share a little bit, see what was on his mind tonight. Fishing with Camel Joe, what's up, buddy? I see you in the chat. And Jax, I seen you too. Welcome in. Couple other things I was thinking about, but I totally forgot now. I blanked out.
I actually bought another decent wallet today, Alan.
Are you serious?
So I didn't buy it for myself. I know somebody seen Marvin Davis in a chat, and I said it was probably my son. So when my son came to visit my mom last month for her birthday, and he came to talk to his dad about crypto finally. And I told him, I said, you buy this specific amount of crypto of XRP, XLM, I'll buy the hardware wallet for you. So he got it. So I had to keep my promise. And I had to buy my son his first decent wallet. So I bought it and I sent it to Mississippi. So he'll be receiving that hopefully in the next week.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome, man. I always recommend for those that are here still in the chat that are new, make sure you got more than one hardware wallet.
Oh, yeah.
What if your device is not working when you decide to cash out? You got your seed phrase. You could always transfer that to another device. Now, you could get a hot wallet, but that's risking a lot. What's up, Cyper? Welcome in.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Sipe, what's going on, brother?
How are you guys?
Chilling.
What's going on, Cypher?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Leave me because I'm about to get off in a minute. Thank you, Cypher.
Sean, you got to get off
in a couple minutes. But I'm
okay. Yeah, we're gonna go about another 10 minutes. Thanks for coming in, Sipe. I appreciate it. And so we were talking a little bit about several subjects tonight, Cyper, and I kind of want to get your sentiment from the FLMC meeting today because you're the perfect person to ask. I was super busy all day. I didn't even hear exactly what happened with the rate where it went cutting or not, if they went hawkish or bearish, or dovish or hawkish. What was the sentiment today? What do you think? What do you think of what happened with that meeting today?
Yeah, man. Today the dollar fell after the data revealed that the consumer prices in May rose less than they were expecting by economists. And initially, at the beginning of the New York session today, risk assets, they surged pretty much at the beginning of the session. And this was primarily due to the lower inflation reading in the CPI figure. And then the market slightly pulled back the total cryptocurrency market cap as the dollar pretty much paired its losses and experienced a slight bullish rebound. This was, primarily prompted by the updated interest rate projection from the Federal Reserve, which indicated the expectation for only one rate cut this year. So, the Fed pretty much just reiterated that they're not in a position to cut rates until they see more progress in bringing inflation down to 2%. And this pretty much just emphasized their commitment to keeping rates higher for longer, as long as inflation remains elevated. And then they made some side notes, like noting that, you know, the strong labor market is most likely going to persist this year. And that if the labor market does slightly cool down, that they would consider that being one of the aspects to consider cutting rates. So our attention is going to continuously be shifted and focused on being data dependent on inflation and labor market figures to see if the Fed's going to cut rates. Nothing too significant, a slightly hawkish tone, keeping interest rates higher for a prolonged period of time, but still neutral and optimistic in the market. We can see that the market didn't significantly crash or pump today. It kind of just ranged. So, I mean, nothing too significant, man. At the end of the day, we're still just waiting, seeing if the Feds are going to cut rates this year or not. They're going to remain data dependent. Other global central banks are cutting rates, though, so that's a positive, you know?
So that being said, as far as when they cut the rates, some say, depending who you listen to, that that's bullish for risk on assets or bearish. What do you say it is?
Anybody that says that it's bearish doesn't really understand the market sentiment. I mean, it could create sell pressure via sell the news event, where the markets have been pricing in interest rate cuts for some time, and the initial announcement of a rate cut could create sell pressure because that could already be priced into the market. But long term, you know, a lower interest rate environment is bullish for risk assets because it makes borrowing more accessible and, you know, quantitative easing and so on and so forth. I mean, there's so many things surrounding why it's bullish for risk assets long term. Short term, yeah, maybe intraday, maybe for a month it might be bearish, but long term it's going to create much more accessibility to individuals and investors seeking to borrow, the ability to do so, and it's going to create more momentum in the markets, in my personal opinion. I mean, if you understand previous market cycles, almost every single previous bull market cycle was created in a low interest rate environment. So, I mean, history pretty much solidifies that.
Man, you want to hear my opinion, bro? I think the government is full of shit, bro.
I
Because
mean,
like
yeah,
if
we all
you
know
look at the
that.
data, because if you look at the data, like they talk about jobs, but a lot of people are getting 2 or 3 jobs because inflation's high, and a lot of jobs are going to illegals too, which is taking up jobs, but it's not really reflecting the real economy. So I think I think they try to use the numbers to their advantage, and the market just does what the market does when they get that information. I think they're just kicking the can down the road until the other administration come in, whoever it is, and then I believe probably at the end of this year they might implement some kind of something different then, because they've been keeping it the same. They haven't really been switching it up too much because I think they're just waiting to see kind of what the markets do.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I follow CypherX, so I knew the answer to that, but I wanted him to share with everybody.
Sorry, guys,
But,
I'm in the process of feeding my family dinner. I agree with you, man. I think the government's absolutely garbage. I think that the data is diluted. I don't think that they ever give the real projections and the real fundamentals. I mean, at the end of the day, but you know, it is what it is. It's at the end of the day, it's out of our control. I think that a lot of people in the markets right now are focused on the wrong thing. They're focused on this blow off bull market cycle instead of building wealth in the now. Are you guys familiar with what's happening right now in the DeFi ecosystem? If familiar with DeFi at all?
we were
Yeah, from
talking
you.
about it today. I mentioned you. I was like, I hope you show up because you've been on fire with that DeFi game lately, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I
Man.
had the time. I've been literally working 7 days a week for the last like 30 days almost. But yeah, you've been on fire. I did shout you out today, and I'm glad you're here to talk about a little bit about it if you got a few minutes.
Yeah, people are absolutely sleeping. Just give me 1 second, and I'll capitalize on some DeFi highlights real fast. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, guys, just capitalize on that as well. I mean, I've been in XRP for 4 years now. Literally, there was nothing we could do with it. I mean, we weren't staking it really. There wasn't really any major pools of liquidity. This is what's going to get this to the next catalyst moment is these DeFi pools, these major pools of liquidity. That's what's going to rise the price of tokens. And, you know, to be able to make money on something that's just going to sit in your wallet, to me is advantageous. I'm a scaredy cat. I'll just be honest with you. I don't want to take the risk of losing any money if I can avoid it. But at the same time, we're going to be doing it in the future anyway. So why not learn about it? Why not learn what you need to onboard, educate yourself now while we're still in the bear market? We're not really at that crazy utility phase anyway. And we're going to be having to be moving in and out of these DeFi pools that are existing now. Obviously, we know more than likely these things are going to change over time and evolve, but we'll be able to evolve with them if we're able to navigate the system now. So I'm really glad that I joined with Cypher roughly about a year ago, and I'm learning a lot. So go ahead, whoever was.
More, man. Was somebody gonna chime in?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but David Schwartz, Brad Garlinghouse, Michael Enfinger, all these Ripple representatives over the past year and a half have really been capitalizing in their speeches and on their panel discussions talking about the XRPL and DeFi and the ecosystem surrounding the DeFi ecosystem. Well, a lot of people in the XRP community don't understand why Ethereum, for example, is such a high price and why a digital asset like XDC in comparison, which has 10 times more utility, scalability, smart contracts are better, gas fees are lower, all these things, but they can't fathom why XDC or why XRP or HBAR are at such a low price. Well, right now, we understand, hopefully everybody does, that 95% of activity in the digital asset ecosystem is due to trading, right? Due to speculative trading. It's due to buying one asset for another or swapping or trading assets on a blockchain or in the DeFi ecosystem in general, okay? And so if you go look at the TVL, total value locked on the Ethereum network, it's billions of dollars. I believe it's in the upwards of over $50 billion, somewhere in that ballpark. If you go look at the TVL locked on the Hedera network, it's like 100 million. If you go look at the TVL locked on the XDC network, it's like 8 million. Just recently on the XRPL, the TVL locked, it actually just hit a record history for the first time ever. It's like $2 million. That's absolutely nothing. It's peanuts. And so, you know, a lot of people don't understand that right now, with the release of the AMMs in 2022 and so on and so forth, and the development of the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL, for the first time ever, XRP holders and other utility assets as well, it's not just XRP, but just as an example, we have the opportunity to go and lend out our XRP on these AMMs, these decentralized exchanges, and become liquidity providers to trading pairs on the XRPL and earn fees for providing liquidity to these trading pairs. A lot of people are skeptical about it because they don't know a lot about it and they're fearing big words like impermanent loss and so on and so forth. But that's where building a strategy, understanding DeFi, understanding the risks associated with DeFi, and diversification in the form of portfolios comes into play so you can mitigate those risks. And right now, because the market's stagnant, we're not in any crazy blow off bull market cycle yet. Obviously, of course, things are starting to brew. Now is the time to capitalize on utilizing, in my personal opinion, your digital assets to grow and expand your bull run bags. For example, right now in DeFi, in my DeFi portfolio, just as an example, I have about $20,000 deployed, and I'm making about $1,000 every 6 days in DeFi passively with deploying my assets like XRP, HBAR, so on and so forth. And I'm using that $1,000 that I'm making every single week, which is the market's money, to dollar cost average back into XRP. I'm not using my hard-earned income to buy more XRP or more XLM or other digital assets. I'm using the market's money.
Right.
Plus
And
you're compounding on top of that, right? Sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
no, exactly. And so and this is just scratching the surface. This isn't getting into anybody's questions, which I'm assuming people have a lot. Well, what about impermanent loss? What's the risk associated with it? There's so many questions. But the bottom line is it's not me telling you all this is possible. I've shown multiple videos on the X Space of David Schwartz telling everybody that this is possible at XRP Las Vegas. Yet 99% of the people that attended XRP Las Vegas, it went completely over their heads when David Schwartz told them that this was possible. Michael Infinger from Ripple told everybody this 2 weeks ago on a panel discussion that he was on, that you now have the ability to lend out your XRP and earn passive income on your XRP. Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz, just for the first time ever in history, shared the stage at Apex. And guess what they were primarily talking about? Decentralized finance. They were talking about DeFi. Yeah. And so, it's new to people. It's a scary topic, especially if you're not educated about it. But when you learn how to leverage it and you learn that, just like you were saying, Alan, the future is DeFi. These financial institutions understand that the old way of investing is dead. The old way of making yield on their assets is dead. If you go look at the top, let's just say 10 banks in the United States as an example, I mean, you could do this on a global scale. The highest APY that they're offering is 6%. Most banks are offering 0.03%, 2%, so on and so forth. But the highest you could find via traditional asset class, bank and financial institution on a savings account, 6% max. And in DeFi, let's just say, for example, on a liquidity pool like MAG XRP, you could be earning upwards of 70% APR on your XRP by providing liquidity. And a lot of people don't even know what MAG XRP is. MAG is the number 5 digital asset on the XRPL right now. The magnetic DEX, decentralized exchange, is the number 1 decentralized exchange right now on the XRP ledger. It's kind of embarrassing because if you go look at the active farmers, the active participants in the XRP community that are actively providing liquidity to the XRPL, there's only right now a total of about 870 some odd active farmers. When I first started providing liquidity with my XRP to the XRPL, there was only 255 active farmers. Now, to full circle this, remember I mentioned that if you go look at the total value locked on the Ethereum network, one of the main reasons why Ethereum is so much money is because all of the trading activity that is allowed on the Ethereum network in the form of DEXs, liquid staking platforms, lending platforms, borrowing platforms, so on and so forth. Well, all of that is coming to the XRPL, and it will only grow if people, retail participants, and financial institutions actually participate in the DeFi ecosystem.
Question, Sype. I hate to cut you off, brother. So this is a question about Ethereum. Wouldn't Ethereum have that much liquidity because it was allowed to grow because it wasn't held back by a lawsuit?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. There's obviously, of course, some stipulations as to why it was allowed to scale, outside of other digital assets. It wasn't targeted, obviously, of course.
Okay,
But still, the point that I'm trying to make is right now, a lot of people in the utility niche in crypto have this mindset that the only path to wealth in crypto is to hodl your assets.
Correct.
When in reality, these assets in this new asset class was never meant to be hodled. These XRP was not created. David Schwartz and the developers on the XRPL and so on and so forth, the engineers, did not create the digital asset XRP for you to buy it and put it in cold storage and hold it for forever. They bought it, they created it as a utility asset, right? And one of the utilities that XRP has is that it's liquid and it's tradable. And you can exchange it very fast, very cheaply, efficiently, and effectively. And when we realize that as an XRP community or whatever digital asset you hold, that these assets that we hold have utility, and when we start using them for their utility is when the ecosystem behind them will start to scale. Not holding them and buying them in cold storage. That does nothing for the ecosystem. I mean, if you really think about it, it does nothing. It creates no demand. It doesn't promote any growth. it's just sitting dormant. And so a lot of people, because of the mindset that we have coming from the traditional financial system all of our lives into this new asset class, and because of the events in 2021 to 2023 that unfolded in the digital asset space and the bear market, we've been so intrinsically inclined to believe to do nothing but hodl and protect our assets and not lend them out and expose them to the market. But in
Hey,
reality,
Cypher.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Cypher real quick. Does Alan have your phone number?
Yes.
Can I call him and get your number and maybe have a call like around 1 o'clock tomorrow?
100%, brother. Anytime.
Eastern Standard Time.
Give me a call whenever you need. Send me a text first, and just to make sure my
Yeah.
schedule's clear.
Okay. Thank you.
The point I'm trying to make here, everybody listening, is, and I don't like boasting or bragging about our community, but we have people right now in our private community that are making passive income through DeFi by lending out their XRP. While you have people on the internet saying that XRP's trash, XRP's not doing nothing, da 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 da, they don't even understand the digital asset that they hold. You see all these podcasts and these YouTubers and influencers on Twitter say, so many people don't actually know the full potential of the digital asset that they hold because they are led to believe that buying and holding is the true path to financial freedom and wealth, which
We
again is
missed
a
the first
route that
part
you
of
can
that. So
take. And I'm not against it. And I have assets, i.e. XRP and others, that I have sitting in my cold storage wallet that I will never touch. And I stress, and I cannot stress enough, that now is the time for you to learn how to make your assets work for you. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that the goal, to generate passive income, to alleviate yourself from the matrix, and to stop working your 9-to-5 job, is to have enough income to supplement your current income or take care of your bills or your living expenses? I'm telling you all right now, it is 110% possible through DeFi. And the best part is because it's so new, you do not need a lot of starting capital to make a sufficient amount in DeFi to start to generate passive income successfully. I mean, it's when you, I sound like a crazy person now, but when you dig into it, I'm telling you, just dilute yourself to the DeFi ecosystem for 1 week and tell me that your mind is not completely blown. And the crazier part about it all is nobody is talking about this. I myself, Mr. Aquaman and Mr. Man, hopefully you all are tapped into their platforms as well, are some of the only utility asset holders on the internet right now that are talking about DeFi.
nerdy.
Nerdy as well. Nerdy, yeah. Nerdy's been on a couple of my calls. He's a great guy. Right? And so that alone should lead you to be more interested in it, because it's one of those niches in crypto that's so new. People are so skeptical about it, but when you unlock what it gives you access to and you learn it, you understand the risks around it, and you learn how to build a strategy around it. Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot stress enough. If you're not using DeFi right now, you're honestly slacking. And that's just my personal opinion. If you have $10,000 plus in your cold storage wallet right now, and it's just sitting there collecting dust, and you constantly wake up in the morning and you wonder why your crypto's not doing nothing, why it's not pumping this and that, you could be making money on that right now. And watch, just blow your own mind. Like I said, spend a week just researching DeFi, the Hedera ecosystem. Go look at HBAR Foundation's last 10 posts on their Twitter profile, and you're going to see them talk about DeFi. Go look at XDC. Go look at Phantom. Go look at what they're doing in the DeFi ecosystem if you hold XDC.
Cosmos.
Financial institutions have mentioned this in panel discussions that I've brought to light on Twitter. They are coming. They're attempting to regulate the DeFi space in order for financial institutions to onboard. And when these financial institutions come in, just like in the HODL niche of crypto, retail participants that don't get in now are going to get priced out. And that's a fact.
I think you
So
talked about on your video today. Were you the one that was talking about
Good.
so the institutions bringing in major liquidity, but they like
I'll let the
they like
dust settle.
taking risks with the meme coins? Was that you talking about that on your show today? Was that one of your I know you do a couple days in advance. I think the last couple days that you did videos, did you talk about how the institutions love to dump in high risk money into these meme coins? Was that you that was talking about it today? Type.
so he said something about XDC. Where is everybody staking XDC on Globiance?
I use a platform. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I couldn't hear
Can't
Alan.
Yeah, yeah.
you can't hear me?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you now. We couldn't hear you a second ago. So I use a platform called Cryptonomy. Cryptonomy is a platform that allows you to lend out assets like XDC, HBAR, so on and so forth. And you can earn yield on that platform. So for me, for XDC, I use that platform.
Okay. The reason I ask is right before you jumped on, I was talking about the gentleman Jay Claver, which is he live right now. And what they're doing, it takes 10 million XDC to run a node. So what they're doing is letting their clients pool together a minimum of 150,000 XRP together for I think 35 or 36 different people to come up with the 10 million XDC to run a node and get paid 8% APY, but you have to lock it up for I think like 3 years. I think
On
so. That's why I was.
Cryptonomy, you don't need to rely on any other market participants. DeFi is created in such a way where any one person with a mobile phone and an internet connection can participate. So, I mean, I understand what they're doing, and I've asked Jake about DeFi on his calls before. We have to understand that this decentralized finance ecosystem is built and being built in such a way where you don't need 10 million XDC to participate, nor do you need to wait for everybody to participate to lend out enough XDC to run a node. There are opportunities right now where if you have 5 XDC, you can start participating in DeFi. I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
micro amounts. You just see that's what that example that you just brought up is a perfect example of what I meant. Is DeFi is so new that you might only know about, what did you say, global, what did you say it was
Obedience.
called?
Globiance, GBEX.
Globiance, right? You might know right now that might to you be the only opportunity. But if you just dig a little bit deeper, if you do a little bit of research, just like you did most likely when you got involved in utility assets, I'm assuming everybody on this call researched XRP, researched the new financial system and X Elements. Spend that same amount of time researching DeFi, and you will come to find out how many opportunities there are, regardless of what route you take. You know, maybe you're really risk off, and maybe you don't want to risk your utility assets, but maybe you have cash on the side that you want to earn yield on.
Well,
There's
check this out, Sight.
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's only one cryptocurrency, digital asset, whatever you want to call it, that I don't want to mess with. And that's XRP. Everything else is on
Sure.
the chopping block.
Boom.
Everything else is on the chopping block.
Beautiful. It's crazy that you don't want to, utilize your XRP. The reason why I'm saying that, think about this. Let me just put something into perspective, because I'm the same way. And let me talk about my strategy real quick. So I'm not going to specifically mention how much XRP I have, but I have a specific amount of XRP. It's a very big bag I've held since 2017. I will never touch that bag. It sits on my cold storage wallet, and I will never, ever touch it. I'm fearful
Bet.
about it. I have a feeling that if I touch it, something's going to happen to it. So it sits there,
Same here.
and I will never touch it. But I found out about DeFi on the XRP ledger, and so I started building a separate XRP portfolio.
Yes, sir.
And so now my separate XRP portfolio is sitting at about $10,000 in total value, and I'm making more XRP out of thin air. by providing liquidity, I took a $10,000 initial deposit and put it on the XRPL DEX, which is the magnetic DEX, and provided liquidity to the MAG XRP pool, and am now earning fees, trading fees, for providing liquidity and using those trading fees to buy more XRP. To then
That's what I wanted you to explain. That's what I wanted you to explain, because for the new people that's in here, they may only have 2,500 XRP or 5,000 XRP. You know what I'm saying? They may get confused because they haven't been in this space long enough to understand that you can build a side bag, and GDOT calls it the Trado bag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta put the main bag to the side and leave that leave your main thing. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, you can do some strange things with the other one, But
that's where at CyberX we try to capitalize on educating people about diversification and portfolio building and risk mitigation, because there's so many people that hear about DeFi and hear about the losses and impermanent loss and this and that, and they're just like you and I, they don't want to touch their XRP. And I tell them,
what's up, James?
You got to just learn how to build separate portfolios. You don't just have to be attached to your long-term bags. You can start to build other things in this market outside of your long-term bags, and that's
go crazy watching that one bag.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
6-8. What's up? What's up, OG?
So I was kind of chiming in. I've been doing some stuff, and I jumped on the while I was busy. I had it on my TV, and I heard CyberX come on, and I've been listening to him. So Cypher, going back to what you're saying, because I'm a shark, man. When I hear some of the things you're saying, I'm like, okay, well, so you were saying something like you had 20,000 or 10,000. I think you initially said 20,000, and that was yielding you about 1,000 every 6 days.
Yeah, every 6 days almost. Yeah.
So let's say almost every week. So even that's once a week, that's 4,000 a month off 20,000. Where are you? Because I mean, obviously, I'm like you, man. I got a monster XRP bag, and then I got just money laying around here and there. So let's say if I put $20,000 into this this DeFi mag deal that you're talking about, that can yield $1,000 extra a week.
It depends on what APR you get. So if you're looking at MAG XRP, I think the APR right now is like 54% APR. But there's other opportunities. So that $20,000 portfolio that I have right now is on Aerodrome. If you're not too familiar with what Aerodrome is, it's the #1 leading decentralized exchange on the Base chain, on the Base network.
Okay. I'm familiar with Base.
Yep. And so right now I'm running about 4 different liquidity pools. Each of them are making me over 200% APR.
Jeez.
And you get paid out in Arrow. And so what I do is I take that Arrow and I transfer it into USDC, or I transfer it into another digital asset, and I take those digital assets and I buy the assets that I like XRP or XLM or whatever with them, with the money that I'm earning from DeFi. I love that you hopped on the call, James, because we were talking about, myself and Aquaman, we were talking about coming onto your show and enlightening some of your followers about DeFi. And we were talking about how you being one of the main people that we want to enlighten, because you talk to so many people in the crypto community.
Right.
And your platform would be such a good platform to share this awakening with people, that we as crypto investors right now have an opportunity to front run the banks. The banks have a regulatory guideline that they have to abide by that stalls them from getting involved in crypto right now. We as main retail investors do not. But just like Crypto Navigator was saying, they are coming, and they know that DeFi is the new wave. And so when you learn about DeFi and you learn about the opportunities, you stop thinking in terms of waiting. And just like you said, James, you're a shark. You start thinking proactively. And I'm telling you right now, everybody that takes advantage of DeFi, by the end of this year, if you do it properly and you mature in your DeFi strategy and your approach to these markets, you could 2x, 3x, 4x your bags before the end of this year without a bull market happening.
Wow.
Easy.
This game is dope, man.
Yeah, so I'm definitely open to that. You guys just let me know when you want to set it up, and we'll set it up sooner than later. Because, like I said, for me, I like that whole, like, I'm one of those guys, kind of like, I can't remember who was on here talking about it, but I'm one of those guys that, because of the amount of I guess we're specifically talking about XRP. I mean, when we had that whole XRP run with Judge Annalisa Torres,
to 90 something cents, came down to 80 something. You know, I was able to take, you know, about $250,000 off the table. But if I had something like that where I could have had that working, and again, $250,000 was only just a small part of my bag, I still got way more than that just sitting and doing nothing.
Okay.
I think you said something like
Check
collecting
this out.
dust. I would definitely like to learn how to make that
Check this out, James.
for.
So what I talk about a lot is people that have dormant capital. So let's just say, for example, you have 150,000 cash, or let's just say it's 250,000 in a stable coin, right?
Right.
Well, there's multiple DeFi platforms right now on stablecoin pairs like USDT and USDC that are offering upwards of 40% APR on your dormant capital. So on Turbos Finance, as an example, Turbos Finance is a DEX, a decentralized exchange that operates on the Soy network. And right now, there is a liquidity pool on the Turbos DEX that offers 40% APR on USDT, USDC. So if you were to take $250,000, let's just say that's sitting in your bank account, and you went to go provide it as liquidity to the USDT, USDC trading pair, then people would be able to place trades using your capital, and you would earn fees every single time somebody does that. And those fees would equate to 40% APR. And so do the math. What's 40% per year on $250,000? That's a minimum wage income right there.
Right.
That's what, I don't know, 70 some odd $1,000 a year.
Right.
Okay. That's the power of DeFi. You know,
and
how much?
And what is the risk to having that money sitting there? None.
Well, yes, of course, like I said, there's risks. When you're looking at stablecoin pairs, the risk is a lot less than if you were to provide liquidity for a cryptocurrency
I
pair.
see. Okay, that makes sense.
Because obviously, of course, the price of the assets are a lot stable. You know, they're not fluctuating. Yeah, but obviously, of course, there's that mindset that people have that USDT is going to collapse. So there's that fear. But outside of that, outside of that, you're looking at bugs in smart contracts, which is the possibility. But that's where you start to do a little bit of due diligence, and you actually look at the decentralized exchange. You make sure that they're audited. You make sure that they're regulated. You make sure that they're up to date, that they are paying developers to look for bugs in smart contracts for them. So that way that mitigates the risk.
Okay.
Now, there are platforms like Cryptonomy. Somebody mentioned in the chat just a second ago that they're using it and that it's legit. I saw that pop up. Cryptonomy is regulated and it is insured. So there's options in DeFi for you to actually insure the crypto that you're providing in the form of liquid staking or being a liquidity provider. You just have to find the right platform.
Makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, I've been sitting on the sideline, man, these so many years, Sipin. When you really got in the DeFi game, I know you weren't in it for a long time. You were a hodler just like most of us here.
Man.
And then you got enlightened and you realized that, you know, what's the point of owning these assets if all we're doing is holding them? I mean, yeah, most of us are really going to hold them for life anyway. So why not make money while it's sitting on the sideline and you're going to hold it anyway and make no money? You know, I mean, yeah, there's risk involved, but really, ultimately, there isn't a whole lot of risk if you never sell it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if the market went up or down, let's say, while you were staking this and you staked it for a year, but you didn't sell it until 18 months, is that going to affect you?
Collectively speaking, what you're talking about is impermanent loss. So yes, if you enter into a liquidity pool, and let's say, for example, you're entering into a MAG XRP liquidity pool, and XRP is worth $1 when you entered into the pool, and it drops down to 50 cents, then the value of the liquidity that you provided when you entered into the pool at $1 is going to be a lot less because the price and the value of XRP went down. But just like you said, you only experience permanent loss if you sell out of the pool. Which is why what we talk about here at CyberX is strategy and risk mitigation. You should only be getting into pools and blue chip assets that you believe are going to perform well in the next bull market cycle. So that way, if the price of the digital assets that you're providing liquidity for do go down, there's a lot less, I guess you could say, psychological implication for you to sell the position based off of fear. if that makes sense, right?
If you hold it anyway, what do it matter? You know, if you just holding it.
Exactly. Thank you. Right. So another thing that I wanted to mention. Give me a second. Let me plug my phone in because I'm on my cellular.
So while you're doing that, real quick question:
Sure.
How easy it is to unstake a lot of these major liquidity pools that you have? What's the quickest you can get in and out? See, these are the fears that some people have, but they should know.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is traditional staking requires you to lock up your digital assets for a certain period of time. Well, with DeFi, you are liquid staking your assets. So liquid staking allows you to get into a pool or into a position or into a decentralized platform, and you can immediately withdraw your liquidity on the spot. So if I enter, so for example, you talked about my journey in DeFi. I've been in DeFi for about a year and a half. Most recently, only at the beginning of this year, did I become a liquidity provider on the XRPL and other decentralized exchanges. But so, for example, on Casper Live, I've been staking my Casper on Casper Live for, I don't know, it's been over a year now. And that's, earning yield on my Casper. I think it's like 12%, maybe it might be 10% or something now. I haven't looked at it in a while, but that's a locking period. You have to actually stake it and lock it for a certain period of time. Liquid staking, for example, on Stater, which is a liquid staking platform, you can go and take your HBAR and you can liquid stake it, earn APY or APR on it. And if you want to take out that HBAR the next day or the next minute, you can do so. You can cancel the smart contract and you can take out your HBAR on the spot. So you just have to know the difference between staking and liquid staking. Also, to capitalize on what you said, yes, I did publicly. I recorded this on YouTube. I've shown the videos on Twitter. I've shown my strategy. I've shown the positions that I'm in. I started a DeFi portfolio that I'm going to publicly grow on Twitter and YouTube. This is separate from my private DeFi portfolio, but just to show people it's possible. I started a DeFi portfolio publicly on YouTube and Twitter 2.5 months ago. It was worth $10,000 when I initially deposited the liquidity in the pools that I was in. It's now sitting at $24,000.
Oh my god!
And that's not trading. That's not trading. That is not. I'm not buying and selling anything. I'm just literally compounding the money that the market is making me for being a liquidity provider and putting it back into the positions.
Nice.
So if that doesn't appetize people, I don't know what else will.
Definitely got my attention, buddy. I've been following you now for a while, and thank you for bringing me on board with what you're doing and enlighten me, my friend. Just wonderful having you as a part of this community. James as well, GDLT, Sean. Man, Sean's been in the community for a long time, been supporting a lot of channels, and Marvin Davis as well, man. Appreciate you, brother. Listen, going to have to wrap it up. Wife's got to do work at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so hate to cut it short, but anybody else got a few last words before we wrap up the stream tonight? James, you got a couple things? Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's up, Jay? Good to talk to you again as always. Cypher X, I will be calling you tomorrow, and we're gonna line something up, and you definitely piqued my attention. So, shout out to the chat, and you guys are great.
Yeah, I sent over my cell phone number to you, Cypher, and then we'll reach out and get you guys on the platform and make some things happen because it definitely all makes sense. And appreciate you, Alan. I'm actually still in the middle of eating dinner, but I want to jump in and shouts out to
appreciate you, buddy.
Marvin. Shouts out to my man Jazzy. Shouts out to G and all you guys that are here. Appreciate you guys. And shouts out to the chat. So yeah, definitely hit me up, Cypher. Let's make it happen.
James, give me a chat on Twitter, and I'll talk to you privately before we hop on a call, so I can kind of get you up to speed, brother.
Okay, we'll do. Yeah, I sent you a message already. So
all right, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Very, very well said. All around, good discussion. Yeah, DeFi is definitely something to be taken advantage of. We've been talking about it in 2019 with the Blue Crew, jumping in early on the DeFi for Solana and the Cosmos ecosystem. It's good to see it finally rolling out for, I've been enjoying HBAR's ecosystem with the saucer swap early days,
Yep.
liquidity pools as well. So, definitely major benefits if you know how to, using CypherX's strategy and advice there is pretty helpful to just, avoid that impermanent loss, like scary word there. But if you're providing to, some really pretty good, there's some stable pools, and then there's some pools that you'll enter into where you don't want the supply of what you provided to be changing to this other crypto that you paired it up with. Sometimes like let me see, like an XLM Aqua pool in the Stellar Dex. I want to increase the amount that I make in XLM, but sometimes it'll show like a smaller amount of XLM versus a larger amount of Aqua that is in there. So it's just kind of learning how to play those swings and being able to just add crypto onto your crypto and making it work for you.
For sure. Well said.
Right on. Well, Marvin, you got anything left before we end the stream?
No, brother, I just appreciate you having me on, man. And anytime I get to operate with the OGs, man, it's an honor to me, man. Salute to all you brothers, man, and can't wait to do it again, man. Appreciate your site, man, with the DeFi, G with the DeFi, G the SHX GOAT, and 6AJ is the man with the most energy in the crypto space. I'm out.
Much love, Marvin.
Well said. Well, guys, shout out to the chat. Appreciate everybody being here and showing up. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button. If you feel like you got some great value out of this content and you want to share it to the channel, there is a coffee link up there. You can donate and send me a coffee if you feel like it. If you don't send me anything. No big deal. Appreciate you being here and showing up every week. Those have been faithful to the community, and I will see you guys next week. Sorry I've been out for several weeks now. Too much work. I had to catch up after Vegas. Lots of money spent, so I'm sure y'all can imagine. But I'm back. I should be back every Wednesday, so look forward to seeing y'all here. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good night.
Salute.
You guys take it easy.
Salute.
Peace.